Porn, whether you love it or watch it in secret, it's here to stay. But is there a way to make it better for everyone involved, including you? Short answer, yes. So hang tight.
If we want to consume music ethically, we pay artists. If we want to consume food ethically, we pay farmers, we pay, whoever makes it for us. If your first hit is free, keep going into page 2, 3, whatever of Google. I don't want to discourage people away from mainstream porn, but I do want to encourage people to pay for it, to sort of know that you're consuming ethically, but also it's not the only way, in my view, to be an ethical consumer. You cannot separate the product itself from the production process. Hi, I'm Gala Vanting. I'm a sex worker, a retired pornographer, and an advocate for sex worker rights. And we're here today in my queer fuck palace, Head and House. Can I say fuck?
So Gala, what exactly is ethical porn?
Ethics is a slippery space. I think there are as many different types of ethical porn as there are ethics. It can be really subjective, because we all have such different values and views of the world. I've definitely worked on porn sets that have called themselves ethical or feminist or whatever.
Gala says that the porn sets she's worked on have been ethical because consent and communication was clear, performance expectations were made clear, representation was considered without racialized fetishes, the hours were reasonable. So, okay, look, prior to today, I Googled ethical porn and the third search result was Pornhub. Watch ethical porn videos for free.
A whole bunch of digital platforms are actually deplatforming sex workers or making our content more difficult to find and prioritizing platforms like Pornhub or RedTube. The free sites are what get the most traffic because they're free, but that doesn't necessarily tell us anything about the content at all. The relationships between large corporations and Google are quite symbiotic. If you're Googling ethical porn and you see a result on Pornhub, I think that's probably your first indicator that you're looking in the wrong place. Look, Pornhub is so tricky because Pornhub holds a great deal of power, and that has a lot of different ethical implications. This is a company who has a complete monopoly on the marketing of pornography globally, and we should be concerned about that. And the harms that Pornhub can do are enabled by our clicks. Us deciding that because someone is doing sex work, they no longer have nuance of consent, that when they are paid for something, that they no longer have a right to negotiate that thing that they're doing, how it's spoken about, how it's marketed, how long for, how it impacts the rest of their lives. Those are the things that come up for me when I hear those stories, but for a lot of people, they just get framed as like, we're suspicious of that because we don't trust sex workers and we don't trust survivors.
But luckily we can keep doing what we do in private while supporting creators.
There are actually companies who bring all of that content together from lots of different producers and sell it at prices that are really accessible. The ethical and independent and feminist and queer scenes are the places where I personally recommend going. The best place to, I guess, get an overall view of who's in that space is a website called Pink Label TV. They're in the know about who's producing, and then from there you might find studios that you like. Self-produced content is a really great way to know that you're buying directly from someone, and I think that OnlyFans has been really useful for that. It's unfortunate that that platform reserves the rights to change the ways that it pays producers, but also it creates a space where you can do online sex work, and that supporting performers directly in those ways is really positive.
One singular day, $200,000.
Ethical porn is a movement that's been around for a while. We're just kind of hearing about it more and more now.
There's such a beautiful landscape out there of amazing work if you dig. And unfortunately you do have to dig, you have to go beyond the tube sites, but you can definitely find it. It just depends on how you want to feel when you consume that content, and you have to feel something about it.